It's time for the Cool Kids Countdown. All right. We're live from 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is an stspod.club production. This is episode 856. I can't believe I'm saying that. Episode 159 of the Cool Kids Countdown. Let me just say this real quick. That guy over there, Lance, and there's no truth to the rumor that we call him the Meat Man. Because he sells meat out of a bus. Guys, we have to kayfabe why we call him Meat Man. We have to kayfabe.
Out of the back of a trunk.
He is from Chicago, the home of the 2021 WNBA champions. We were following these champions before everybody else got on the WNBA.
Jumping on that bandwagon.
Bandwagon. Chicago Sky, please check their website for tickets. He's the snark of excellence. My partner in crime, your friend and mine, well, sometimes. He is Lance Levine, and together we are the Rich and Crisp of podcasting.
Yeah, that is a tasty snack, so I'll go with that.
The hell are you, Lance?
That is the dollar store townhouse crackers or whatever. No, club crackers. They're called Rich and Crisp.
You sent me that picture, and I was like, I wrote it down. I was like,
That's a country duo, am I right? Rich and
Chris, I think so. Well, you wouldn't know. You don't listen to country music. So.
I listen to country and western, both types.
Oh,
so, we're here in the Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl Studios.
Right on.
Love that Mountain Dew. There's
like
7,000 types, and they all taste the same. But
I told you my gimmick. I got a gimmick with Mountain Dew, and my favorite is peach or pineapple right now. So it's really good. The last Cool Kids Countdown we did, which was WTF, you had sent a voicemail in, and I had I played it, and I mean, people were upset because,
fake news.
But, man, I know you don't know you did this, but you sent in a voicemail, but it wasn't for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and play it.
Here we go again. More fake news.
I'm going to mute you, so here we go.
Just leaving this voicemail. I love you, Dave. I just watched MJF versus the GOAT, and it was 10 stars. Match of the year candidate. Again, I love you. You are my hero.
You are my hero. All right, guys. That's for our pleasure only. If anyone else gets a laugh out of that, hey, we appreciate it.
But 10 stars. That's the best part.
I'm going to do something about that gold chain or that silver chain you do next time. I got a friend that used to wear the gold chain, Michael. He was on our 800th episode. Everybody called him Gold Chain in college. All right, man, tell them what we're doing. 7th annual, by the way, 7th annual.
I have to regain my composure after that.
I'm sorry,
AI. Stupid AI. I don't know.
AI Lance is what everybody called him.
Al Snow. All right, so 7th annual. This is the Breakout Stars list of 2024. We do it every summer, and so we put together, as usual. We each made a list. This is the first time ever that I can recall that we had no agreements on our list.
On the top 10, right?
Yeah,
right,
on
right.
our top 10, we had no agreements, and we've done these lists, like you said, 150 or whatever times
No,
now.
this is the 7th annual Breakout Stars.
No, I'm
but
saying
yeah,
just
you're right. You're
general
right. I
lists
see what you're
we've
saying.
done, where we've crunched them, and we've never had one where we had no agreement whatsoever. So we went the route. We each went the route of a couple rookies, but less rookies than usual. I will say that. But we also had to go with people that we already know, that are just somewhat blowing up. We're predicting that they're going to blow up this year over the next 12 months. So I feel like this year was destined to be less rookies, because I feel like there's less places for rookies to truly come up. There's a couple of rookies we have on here, maybe 2 or 3. On this list, you are the evens. We went a different route this time.
You're
I am
the odd. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
One of the reasons why I wanted the odds, because I wanted number 1, because I feel like my number 1 is a camp.
Oh God.
And I know you're going to disagree. So
very much so.
One of the notes that I have before we get into it is my original list had 7 out of 10 were women. And then we crunched the 10, we put it all together, and we each have 5, basically, is how we ended up.
So you said that. I was going to wait to Patreon to do it. Just let me tell everybody, on Patreon, you want to join us.
Yeah.
You want to take Lance to task on his list. I am going to do it. I really like the list as it turned out. But I still have, I
am going to take BT to task. I might even do it on the regular show.
Oh Lord.
I love my mama. That's not supposed to be love my mama.
All right, here we go. Number 10. Number 10
is your pick.
I was going to say something else too, but I can't remember. I may interrupt us all completely.
Yeah.
What I did on number 10 was, since I follow Memphis Wrestling every week, do the report. By the way, this past week, it was 179 episodes. Excellent. This coming Saturday, 180, and that's every week without missing. But the Wrestle Center has really, they got a ton of kids that just have all kinds of talent. One guy on this list, Kay Toomer, he has been wrestling on Reality of Wrestling, Booker T's, and he's really got a Gabe Skabowski. I can't never say his name. The guy that was with ROH, Sobolski. He does the stuff with WWE. He named him one time early this year as one of the hot prospect. He is their champion, big guy. Here's the funny thing about Kay Toomer. He don't always get extras work, because he's so big. They can't put him in there to lose. They can't put him as a bodyguard. Aaron Roberts, another big guy, 420 pounds. He is the size, to me, he reminds me of the One-Man Gang. We got Mackenzie Morgan. She's MKZ. She has a lot of charisma that someone that's only been in the business, a couple of years, she shouldn't have. She does good on a microphone, and also had a really good match on ROH a couple of weeks back. Big John Dalton reminds me of Bam Bam Bigelow. He does a dive. He does a frog splash, and I can't imagine looking at. He's a big boy, and he's only like 19 or 20. And the thing about him is he does all this other stuff, like gimmicks table. He goes to the towns. MKZ's like that too. They go to the towns, and it's just the things that they're being taught. Some guys in the business don't even know how to do that. And see, I got 2 more names. Tim Bosby. He was a state wrestler, Tennessee State champ. I know we got some people in the business, kind of like him, but Tim is young and has a lot of potential too. And the final guy is Ray Sanders. And Sanders is a smaller guy, but with as many small people as they have at NXT and, Impact now. And also with even ROH and with AEW, they all have a potential there. I kind of, Lance, I want to tell you, I kind of want to list them all, because then if one of them makes it, I can say, see, I told you.
Told
So
you.
yeah, there's 10 from Memphis Wrestling. No, there's a few from Memphis Wrestling. Big shout out to the guys, and big shout out to the training team there. They really have put together a good what I call the rookie club there. And then K Tumors had a lot of experience, but just a big. I saw K Tumor for the first time live, and it just does not do justice. If you see him on TV, he's about my height, but standing, and this is no shit, it's almost two of me. This guy is two of me wide. He's huge. He's a real man, if you know what I mean. Look, what?
He's a big one.
He is a big guy. Show enough. Got charisma and everything. He does a lot of other stuff behind the scenes. So
like I was saying, we don't have too many rookies, but I think that list is pretty much all the rookies right there. As far as what we're putting together.
I know you don't know. I know you haven't watched them as much.
What little I've seen. I did during the pandemic. I was watching it because there was a lot more time, but now that I don't have as much time, I haven't been able to watch it. But what I've seen has been fun. Obviously, I can't say very much about the individuals, but I hear what you're saying, and I look forward to hopefully somebody breaking through for sure.
I do too. I hope it's one of those. You be a hometown guy, so that's
for
a
sure.
big thing.
So, all right, number 9 is my first pick. So I have Lash Legend, and that is my initials, by the way. So there's an affinity there because we have the same initials. So she's been around NXT for a couple of years, but I think now it's her time to break through. Strong athleticism. I did a little research because they talk about her, the college basketball background and the WNBA. So I did a little bit of research. Yes, she was a star in college basketball. You know how many games she played in the WNBA? 3 games. She played. So I'm like, no wonder they're not playing it up in NXT because she literally got cut after 3 games. So they don't play it up that much. But at first, when they first brought her in, I thought she had this really awkward, like Wendy O. Williams talk show thing. It was a talk show character. It made no sense to me at the time because I'm like, how is their audience going to like that? The Wendy O. Williams audience, or Wendy Williams, whatever her name is, that audience was like older Black women. And I'm like, that's not exactly the WWE demographic, so I didn't know who that was actually aimed at. But it seems like, they dropped that. It seems like she's worked really hard. Her matches are at least acceptable. They're passable now. Metaphor, also a really weird gimmick for her. I'm not sure if they're heels or faces. For the most part, they're heels, but now they're kind of drifting. So, but I think the Metaphor gimmick will get her further. Dating Trick Williams doesn't hurt. It keeps her towards the top of the, radar for them.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt at all. No.
No, I mean, so the fans are behind her now. I think she brings more to the table than Jakara Jackson, who I think will also get there, but it's going to be a lot longer. It's going to take her a lot longer. I think Lash Legend will get there first. I just hope that she doesn't get lost in the shuffle because there's so many women in NXT.
Oh, yes.
I hope they do something with her. But I think she's a good talker. She has that it factor that we talk about. So I got Lash Legend at number 9.
I agree with almost everything you said. To me, she's a cross between Naomi and Jade is kind of what I see because but she's more athletic than Jade. She's really a better worker than Jade. She still needs some work, but what I like about her that NXT gives the people is the idea of trying to get a character. She gets a lot of TV time. She's always has, and those backstage things. And I'll say, you said something, and I'm going to say it. There's so many women in NXT. My mama even complained about that. Yeah. But here's what I'm going to say. I think she stands out above those women. I really do. She's one of the very few. Literally. She is tall. But one of the girls, and I think she looks, a lot of competition with that. But when you see her, she looks legit. I like her. I like Lashley. I like this pick.
Yep. So, all right, number 8 is your next pick. It is Jordynne Grace, the juggernaut, if you will.
That's right. I know a lot of people are going to say, what the hell? She's already a star. And I kind of agree with you there. But I want to kind of compare what I was thinking when I picked her. Always been a Jordynne Grace fan, but when she stepped into NXT or stepped out for the Royal Rumble, she just felt like a huge star. And I think I compared to AJ Styles. AJ Styles had a hell of a career. He went with TNA, New Japan, But I think AJ is the biggest he's ever been because he's on the biggest stage he could ever be on. In that, well, he's also the biggest he's ever been, but the
Exactly.
biggest stage he could ever be on is the WWE. And I think this is her. If she ever was, moved up to the WWE and was there all the time, you're talking about a superstar, man. She's gonna sell the gimmicks and everything. She's got the charisma. She's okay on the microphone, and she's one of the very few women that I can watch almost every match with her. So
I feel like she's been below the surface forever.
yeah,
Like she's been around for years and she's just been not quite there. She's been mainly a TNA champion on and off. I'm not sure. I got to say, I'm not sure. She's changed her image a lot. She's worked hard. When she first made her name, she was thick. Like she even said, her nickname at the time was Thick Mama Pump or whatever. And then she started with the workout and just the nonstop hitting the gym. And now she's like a beast. She's like a monster. So it's a completely different image. I don't dislike her at all. And you're right. She can go. I like her somewhat. Like I said, I don't dislike her. But I'm not sure if she has the it factor. You're saying she has the charisma. I'm not sure. If she keeps getting those WWE appearances, it will help her. However, if she keeps losing to the Roxanne Perez's of the world, how much is that going to help her? So I don't know. Jury's out for me on Jordynne Grace. I feel like if she was going to explode, she would have exploded by now.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't think she's had the opportunity with the WWE. I really would. Like I said, to me, she just reminds me of an AJ Styles as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a superstar before he came to WWE, but he's really exploded. So, all right, here we go. You know what happens right after number 8, Lance?
Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm sitting down.
All right, here we go. All right, Lance, tell them what did I play that song for? How many days?
191, I think it said.
That's right.
191 days since BT has crapped his pants.
That's right. No incidents. No incidents.
We're clean this whole year.
Clean so far this whole year.
So unless we can get a sponsor from Dude Wipes, we need to get a sponsor from Dude Wipes, and then maybe you should go ahead and pull the trigger.
I could. Yeah, Dude Wipes.
Hit us up.
All right, number 7.
All right, number 7 is my next pick. It is Javon Evans. This is the one we almost hit on this one.
Well, the thing about it is it was I just gave like 13 people in case you had somebody in your top 10. So we kind of agreed on this guy. So yeah.
So the kid is 21 years old, which is pretty amazing to me. He's super athletic. He's got the flying. He's got some charisma, definitely some charisma. He seems like he's taking to it very naturally. As far as his athleticism, he played basketball, football, track. You can totally see it because of the way the kid moves in the ring. He's definitely green, but this whole bouncy stuff, that they're doing, which I'm already sick of that word, but it's working and it's getting him over with that NXT crowd. My only concern about him is he different enough? And I know you're going to take this the wrong way. I think he looks like Wes Lee. He wrestles a lot like Wes Lee, and also Trick Williams. I think that all of those 3 guys have so much similarity in their act that I think that they should.
I do. I don't think Trick Williams looks nothing like these two guys except they're black. Other than that, that's the only thing.
It's the acts that are so similar.
Okay. All right.
I think he does look like Wes Lee because of the hair. But you're right. They don't look alike in that regard, but the acts are just so similar. I think
folks. I want to apologize for Lance.
No.
He's a white. He's a white guy in Chicago. He can't tell the difference between different hairstyles. There you go.
I think what they need to do is tweak somebody's character. I don't think they should tweak this kid because he's just starting out. Let him be that. But I think they could possibly turn Wes Lee because of the whole getting back together with the Rascals. And I think they need to let Trick Williams be the big star that he's about to be. So, but I think Javon Evans definitely has potential. May not be there right away, but he's definitely going to grow into something special. I think that
I
kid has
feel
got
that way
something at
too, and
number
I
7.
didn't have a real reason. I just from the first time I saw him on the screen, and I'll mention my number one pick. I didn't see that on him, but I see something, and what I see with this kid is kind of one of those. I hate saying this, but kind of Rey Mysterio in the sense that he will. When you say Rey Mysterio, everybody says he'll never be that good, kind of thing. But what I'm saying is for the kids, he's a small guy. He probably won't get much bigger. And when it comes to weight gain, well, we said that about AJ Styles, but he does have the potential for that. Let's get some of the kids kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he just has an appeal. That I don't know. I saw him, said, "Hey, I really like this guy. I go out of my way to watch his matches. He's fun. He's got a lot of work." But for some reason, we both thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And did you know that his gimmick on the Independents was Kid Black America?
I did
That
not know
was
that.
his gimmick. Yes, I looked that up. Kid Black America. So make sure you say
Love it. So, all right. Number 6, after all the accusations you threw my way. Number 6 is your next pick. It is Tama Tonga.
Well, if you say anything about him, you'll be racist too. So, I love Tama. I've always liked this guy in New Japan. I think he has the potential to be a world champion. I don't know. After making this list, we already had Jacob Fatu on the list. Couple of years back, I had him a number 10, but I think Tama Tonga was kind of in that position. I don't know where they're going to end up, but I could see him being a future champion. I like his look, and I think he would be a huge baby face. A very handsome man, but I think he would be a huge baby face when he would rip off the vest. I think fans would go crazy, but he don't even do that now like he did in New Japan. We joked about him before we come on the air or before we started recording about we're both just, you said something about Beavis or Butthead sound like, but it's not the voice that you would expect coming out this big man's mouth. But I really like him. Great body, great. He works very, very hard and comes off as a star, and they made him a star. And I mentioned this to you a couple weeks after. He was almost, it's like AEW needs to take a lesson from WWE, because when they bring somebody in like that, they're stars within 3 weeks. They're working Randy Orton and Kevin Owens and all them instead of pushing them down and all that kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, big fan.
So when you say great body for Tama Tonga, and I say great body later on the count, no comments from you on that one. So I'm going to say he always seemed, I'm disagreeing with you on this one. He always seemed like a good hand in New Japan to me. He got in good shape. He was always very serviceable. He was a role player in the Bullet Club in New Japan. The jump to WWE will get him to a certain level. But I see him as a cog in the stable wheel. I don't, again, just like in Bullet Club, I don't see him ever being the man. I don't ever see him being the guy. Like you just teased, the promos are weird to me because he sounds like Beavis and Butthead. I'm not sure which one or both of them, whatever.
I don't hear, and I said I don't hear that, but yeah.
On the promos, if you hear him on interviews and stuff, it might be different. But on the promos, he sounds like Beavis and Butthead. So I will say, what you're describing is how Jey Uso broke through. So it's possible, but I don't think age is not in his favor though, because Jey Uso's been there for a dozen years. He's 38, whereas Tama Tonga just got there and he's 41. So I don't think age is gonna do him any favors.
He don't look 41.
No, he doesn't look 41, but I don't see it happening with him, just mainly because he's a role player. I see him as a role player, and I don't think he's going to break through. He's not going to be be Solo Sikoa in this whole act. I don't see it happening.
I don't know. I think he'd be a huge baby face, but that's, like I said, big fan of his. So if you're watching right now or listening, let me say that again. If you're listening, we're fixing to take a commercial break. I can't even talk. And if If you're watching, you'll get a full hour. So that's all you get is a full hour, except we cut you off on Patreon. When we come back from the commercial break, if you're on Patreon, you get to listen to our Patreon sponsor.
Woo!
Commercial time.
Don't miss Memphis Wrestling Live. Thursday, August 8th, Memphis Wrestling is coming to Benton County Fair in Camden, Tennessee. Bell time is 7 p.m. Saturday, August 10th, Memphis Wrestling is raising money for St. Jude. Join us in Pontotoc, Mississippi, featuring Tommy Dreamer versus Psycho Simon in the first ever Pontotoc Street Fight. Friday, August 16th, Memphis Wrestling tag teams with the Clarksburg volleyball team for a huge fundraiser. Saturday, August 24th is the Tatertown Throwdown, Part 2 in Gleason, Tennessee. Sunday, August 25th, the Sandman is coming to Memphis Wrestling. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
ArizonaBayCandy.com. It's better than getting choked on a chicken bone. Wait. Well, yeah, it is better than that. Do like that candy, though. Love my mama. All right. There's ArizonaBayCandy.com. Go to link of all links on stspod.club. Hit the link, and we get a kickback. Those guys running that company are my friends, and so go ahead. Help them out. Real quick, a shout-out to Ed. Ed posted something on X last week, a screenshot of his team playing of college football 2025, of his team playing Jonesboro, Arkansas, baby. Arkansas State right here. So I don't know who won, but thank you, Ed. Shout out to you. That was really – we had just talked about the game and how the stadiums – Lance, the football stadiums are perfect. You can go to Arkansas State University here in Jonesboro, go down to the stadium, and then go look at it on the game. It's the exact same thing. It's really crazy what they do on that game. They've been doing that for years. I want to let everyone know, and Lance already knows this, we don't do Dynamite primarily because of me. I'm not a huge AEW fan anymore. I probably haven't watched one TV since the last two pay-per-views. So that's all. I usually watch the pay-per-views and sometimes not all of them. But here's the deal. If somebody out there wants to DM me, message me, I'm not going to stop Dynamite. If you are an AEW fan, that's cool. If you like AEW, kind of, that's cool. If you shit on AEW, that's cool too. You can co-host with Lance, and all you got to pay. No, I'm just kidding. Just message me. Let me know. It's all dependent on our schedule. But Lance usually watches the pay-per-view live, and we'll schedule, and I'll come in and produce the episode, and we'll continue. So very popular Dynamite was. I hate to not do it, but I don't. You know the reason why I'm not doing it is because I don't want to just shit on something. So just constantly. So I'm the kind of person, especially also, if you don't like it, just don't watch it, which I don't. So that's the way I feel about it. All right. You know what time it is, Lance?
Halftime?
Oh, you did. I can't find the theme. Where's it at? There it is. Oh, all right. I don't have it on loop anymore.
Woo! That was quick.
All right, halftime. Here's what I want to talk about, Lance. So in the last few weeks, and we've talked about this on the show. It was last week. If you're listening to this, whatever. Tell me that Looney Tunes thing.
This week is next week's last week.
Amen. If you're on Patreon, you're getting it the night that we record. If not, it goes the next week. But here, Rikishi got on Twitter right after Raw. And it's not just about Rikishi. It's about social media, Twitter, and wrestlers and the things that they say. But he got on Raw, and got on Twitter and complained because they're doing that storyline with Rhea Ripley. Here's my question.
Yeah.
Does he know it's a work? Does he know it? I mean, really? I mean, here's the way I look at it. We've talked about this before. Is if somebody, that's why I was so mad at TK, because I mean it's a TV show. You're not going to show up somewhere. You know, if you got shot on Law and Order, you wouldn't show up somewhere with blood hanging out. He said it's going to hurt his hell. It's a storyline.
Yeah.
He kind of refrained from doing it, then smarted off something else. So my question to you: do the wrestlers, TK, Dave Meltzer, the wrestlers' families and stuff, do they just need to stay away from the internet, or just, I mean, not stay away completely, but just don't, look at it before you send it, kind of thing?
Yeah, they need like a handler to edit their stuff before it goes out. Like I used to always think that with WWE, I used to think that there was another person was overseeing, whether it was Vince or Vince's directive or whatever. That they never, ever since that Briscoes incident, where the Briscoes tweeted words that they shouldn't have tweeted back in the day, and that's why they never got signed by WWE officially. I always thought that there was like an editor that just would watch over their posts and make sure they didn't say stupid shit. But apparently now they can say stupid shit because it makes them look dumb to be saying that, oh, that's going to affect their marriage. The only angle I can think of with that is that he's thinking of the Benoit and Kevin Sullivan and Nancy and that whole love triangle that went south and obviously ended in tragedy.
I'm not going to say there's not been TV shows that have caused marriages. I'm not going to say that. I mean, we'd be stupid.
That's the only thing that would make any sense for him to be critical of that. It's an angle. Dominic is married, for Christ's sake.
I know it. He's worked. And him being in a business for as long as he's been in a business, it's a work.
Yeah.
And him he actually took down the podcast. He had mentioned it. Believe it or not, Rikishi has a podcast.
Oh,
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
all right.
It's
so
as
I
good
just
as Booker T's, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Booker T, but Booker T makes no sense on NXT.
No.
All right, that was halftime, folks. Good answer though, by the way. Good answer.
He's talking about.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
That was Kevin Nash from that
That's
three
right.
words. That was.
Well, guess what, motherfucker?
Motherfucker, you cocksucker!
Uh-oh. Not for the
All
kiddos.
right,
The show
we
is
got
not for the
5,
kiddos.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right, number 5. Speaking of good bodies, we have Mina Shirakawa, my next pick at number 5. Hashtag we want Mina. I say Mina is can't miss. She has it all. She's got.
She
the
is
look.
hot.
Oh, I probably did say that. That one I did. I'll take credit for that one. So she's got it all. She's got the look. She can go. She's got charisma. She speaks some English, so she's trying. The language barrier thing is real. Like you mentioned Rey Mysterio before. Rey Mysterio made it, but Commander is not going to make it because Commander doesn't speak English or either refuses to learn English. It took Io Sky a while, but she kind of made it. I don't think it's going to take as long with Mina because she does speak some English. She's big in Stardom. She's at least part-time in AEW. I'm not sure what's going on there. I thought
she is hot.
Yeah, she is hot. If I don't know what happened there. That AI pronounces it weird. So I thought she would beat Tony for the title, but and I thought they'd strike while the metal was hot with her. But she must be locked in.
The metal's not hot with her. She's not a star. You act like she's.
She is magnetic. She's going to be a star in multiple places, and I appreciate the fact that she doesn't coast on her looks, much like Trish Stratus. She learned the business. She learned how to wrestle. She doesn't just coast on the looks. She could, but she doesn't. She works at it. So Mina Shirakawa is an easy number 5.
Totally disagree with you. I think you're blind because you're thinking with the wrong head. You have never once texted me and said she had a good match. All you say is
she is hot.
That's all you say. That's all you say about her. So I know she had an 11-minute match with Tony Storm, and that wasn't even good. It wasn't a good match. Okay. So I'm going to come off totally racist here. I really am. I'm going to come off totally racist here. And I know when you say that, when you say I'm not going to be totally racist here, people are going to say, yeah, he really is racist. But let me say something. Most casual wrestling fans, and she has one thing that might make her a little different. Most casual, and it's not a small thing, but she is gifted or was gifted. Let's put it that way. Most casual wrestling fans do not know the difference between her and all the other Japanese girl wrestlers that AEW has. She is not a standout. She's not anyone that WWE's been wanting to get. And to me, the only thing I don't even know why you see that in her. Some of these people I see that, but I cannot see her being a star. I can't disagree with you more. And I also disagree with you more because I've never heard you say she had a good match.
She's had good matches in Stardom, for one.
Oh, did you watch the matches in Stardom?
I've seen clips of her stuff in Stardom. And,
I could have a good match for clips. You
you're
never
clipboard.
watched Stardom.
Clipboard. No, and if you can't tell Riho apart from Sheeta,
She is
apart
hot.
from Mina, then you're blind and on top of being
No,
racist.
it's not. It's
you can't tell
because
Sheeta and Riho apart from her.
they turn him. They turn it off when they're on TV. No one cares because all they think, casual fans, is AEW's got a bunch of Japanese girls that no one cares about. WWE has done a really good job getting over foreign wrestlers. I think, in my opinion, the girls are the best there, but I just don't see it with her. She's got a nice. I'm going to be real sexist too. I've been racist. I'm going to be real sexist now. She's got a nice rack. She's got some nice boobs that some doctor put on her. I don't consider her hot, but Lance does.
You want to play
She
it
is
again?
hot.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
So
All right.
let's move on to your next sexist pick. At number 4, you've got Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez is my only one of the top 10. I think I had some more in my original, but the only girl, and I'll just be transparent here, and I think I've said it before, but I'm not a huge fan of women's wrestling. But I think she's got it. I think she may have it better as a baby face, but I was not even a fan of this girl until this last run as a heel, but I like her both ways. She's a good worker, decent wrestler in the sense they put together matches. My question would be with her is only if they could put together matches on the main roster, which everyone has a little bit of a hard time when they first go to the main roster. Heel or baby, great on the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's got it. I really do.
Yeah.
My number one girl, Roxanne Perez.
I say that this is another one. Like, I say that you're cheating on this one because she's already there. I mean,
I don't think so. No,
she's already there. She's been a multi-time now NXT champion. I agree with you on that. I don't like that she's a heel, but she has run with it. She's a natural face, but she's so good that she's running with the heel act, and she's doing a really good job with it. So I think in you picking her, I think what you mean is that she's going to explode on the main roster.
That's actually my second. Yeah, that's actually my second girl. What was I thinking?
That's what you're getting. Yeah, Jordan Grace. I think that's what you're saying is she's going to explode on the main roster.
know what
I
I'm
totally
saying.
agree. I agree with that.
I think she will. Yeah, I think if
I-
given a chance, she'll be a big star. I
Yeah.
don't consider you a big star or made it unless you're on the main roster. I really don't. You're NXT. You could. Is Shawn Spears a big star?
No.
See, I mean that. Unfortunately, Shawn Spears is probably one of the better workers in NXT, but he's not over per anything. That's the sad thing about you can be a good worker, but it doesn't matter if you don't have a. But she has a potential to be when she does hit the main roster. She could be a huge star, like you said, when she jumps up.
Yeah, she'll be a huge baby face. And, we've talked about this before. I think she will be that Kylie Ray character that we expected, and she'll be big with the kids. You mentioned it before with Javon Evans. I think she will be really big with the kids.
I agree.
They got to figure out a way to get her back to be a face again, which that's easy enough. They'll pull it off because she is a natural face. So I think she'll be huge. So I agree with you there. I think it's cheating because I think she's already there. As far as I'm concerned, she's already there. So, all right, my next pick, again, a female at number 3. It's Kehlani Jordan.
She is hot. She is hot.
There's that too. But she did have that match with Saul Ruka that got a lot of people talking. So this, to me, is the definition of breakout star. I think this is somebody who is a rookie, who is starting out with minimal, not talent, but minimal wrestling, I guess, talent. The list was made before she became the North American champion. She's definitely green, but again, the athletic potential is there. She was a gymnast. Much like Tiffany Stratton, it's translated very well for both of them, the whole gymnastics thing. I think Kehlani Jordan has the looks. She's got the smile, the baby face look, the baby face smile for now. We'll get to that. She seems very humble, seems like a very likable person. I didn't see them putting that belt on her this quickly, but apparently they see what I see in her. So she definitely needs to work on the promos. She comes across scripted. She comes across unnatural on the promos for sure. But if she can get the promos down, I think she'll just continue to get bigger. So I think go with her as a face for the long term. But the minute the fans start chirping about her, turn her heel, because I think she has that Kurt Angle, Olympic, like, look at me, I'm an Olympic gold medalist, that same type of heel vibe under the surface that they can play that up to down the line when it's time to turn her. But I think Kehlani Jordan could be a huge baby face for a long time.
I'm sorry. I'll go with, I hate to disrespect your opinion, but these women are just women that you think are hot. She's got something. I'll give you that. She's athletic. But I was just shocked that you could put these are your top 3 picks. 3 women who I'm sorry, I spoiler alert. 3 women that, to me, I don't know what wrestling are you watching. There's got to be some.
You don't think looks play a role in somebody getting
I'm not
popular?
saying it, but it plays all the role for you. That's all it is. You've never told me she had a good match.
She had that match with Saul Ruka.
Everybody
loved. It was exciting.
It was not good. I did watch it. Dave Meltzer said it sucked. So it did suck. It was
I think he gave it like 3.5 stars.
3.5 stars.
Yeah.
It was not good. It was choreographed. It should have been way better, and it was sloppy.
It played to those girls' strengths. It played to their strengths. That's what.
No, it don't play to their strengths when they don't do the moves. It was so sloppy. Go back and watch that. I promise you, it's so sloppy. But I do like her, but I don't see her as a huge star. I think she could be on the roster, maybe a tag team champ or something like that. But I don't ever see her getting.
They're already behind her. They already.
And I don't really like. I mean, you compare her to Kurt Angle. It takes a special person to do that gimmick,
not the performance and not the athleticism, not the wrestling acumen. That
I know what you're saying.
It's the character. There was something about that one video that they did with her.
I know you told me about
where she like trumpeted all
she
of
is
her
hot.
where she trumpeted all of her great accomplishments in gymnastics.
I see nothing in her really.
It just came across
not this high up. Not this high up.
It just came across very conceited on that promo.
Yeah.
So I could see that down the line. That could play a role in turning her. So, all right, number 2, now that we disagree on everything, number 2 is your next pick. Your top pick is Trick Williams.
Not a huge Trick Williams fan at first, but he's really grown on me. I wish he would. Big guy.
Ew.
You know when I knew he was going to be a star was when he was in the ring with Cody Rhodes. His size, I watched him, his ability, he's getting better and better. He can speak on the microphone. This is a guy that's going to be a huge star when he gets the opportunity. And you might say this might be some people think this is maybe the only thing he'll be able to do is be in NXT. But I think he'll be huge. You got Carmelo Hayes that went over there and has not done one thing. Everyone thought he was going to be the next big star out of NXT. This guy's got way more. And it's not And it's not even wrestling ability. It's all the stuff that comes with it. It's not having 5-star matches, even though he's a hard worker. It's the idea that he has the charisma, he has the microphone work, and he has the look, and he appeals to everyone, not just girls, guys, and that trick as just over like crazy. People love it. Will it translate to the main roster? I think it will. I mean, we got the whole fucking arena going yeet, yeet, yeet. So yeah, I think they can whoop that trick. So yeah, Trick Williams was my number 1 pick.
I like when you do the yeet. Can you do
Yeet!
the Pat McAfee with this
Yeet!
thing too? Yeet. So
Don't make me get on top of his desk. Don't make
why
me get
is
on
your
top of
yeet so high pitched? What's up with that?
Yeet!
You sound like Tamatonga or something.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Trick Williams, to me, again, I'm going to say he's already there. I think he needs to stay put in NXT for a long time to get ready. He's not ready. He's already there in terms of popularity in NXT. I think his in-ring is okay. His charisma and talking has always been there from the minute they brought him in. His charisma was there and his talking was there. He needs a good opponent to guide him, which they've been doing. You know, they've been doing that. They've got Ego is there and Sean Spears is there. That they've got the 2 old hands that are working with him that are getting him there. I think I agree with you. They should have left Carmelo there to feud with him longer. I think they ended it too abruptly. It probably wouldn't have hurt Carmelo to stay there a little bit longer. So I think, and it definitely would have helped Trick as well. So I think he's going to be big. Main roster. I'm going to harken back to one of your early picks way back in the day. You picked Damian Priest, Punishment Martinez a long time ago. And we said no at the time. A year later, we said no at the time, but now here he is. So I think that your pick of him is a little bit early. I think 2 or 3 years from now, yeah, Trick Williams is going to be a big deal. But right now, he's already a star. He is, because he's a big deal in NXT, and he's the focal point in NXT.
I really, like I said, I don't see you as a big star if you're in NXT.
Right.
I just really don't. I just don't see it. Got to be main roster, WWE.
Yep. All right, speaking of main roster, my number 1 pick, my can't miss, as I said, is Lola Vice. So you can copy and paste the Mina comments here.
She is hot.
Yeah, that's true too. It's clear that WWE is behind her, pardon the expression. She should be on the main roster pretty quickly. I think she combines the looks like you want to accuse me of. She looks like Jennifer Lopez, so I think she combines the looks. Booker T goes apeshit on her about her body on every show, along with Miss Parker as well. And anybody that has an ass on NXT, Booker T loses his mind.
You need to leave Booker T alone, motherfucker. So, leave him alone.
But Lola Vice,
sucky, whatever.
Lola Vice combines the real toughness from the MMA career. You know, I love when they have her braid her hair, because that really plays up the MMA reality of it. When they have her do the NXT Underground stuff, they play to her strengths on that. So she can talk some. Her charisma is there. The dancing gimmick is totally cheesy, but I think it'll work with the masses. I think she's picked up on the wrestling acumen quickly, smoothly. I can see her blowing up because they seem to really believe in her and they're giving her the good push. So I think that she is everything that Paige Van Zandt could have been if she decided to stick with wrestling, because good-looking girl who comes from MMA who could make it in wrestling. I think Paige Van Zandt could have done the same thing. I think Lola Vice is going to capitalize on that. So she's my top pick.
I don't see it. All I see is, I mean, if you want to talk about her looks, she's freaking hot. I mean, she is, no doubt about that. I think one thing going for, she is Puerto Rican, right?
I believe she is, yeah.
I believe she's Puerto Rican. She has a story. She has a hell of a story, which she came off as scripted in the promo when she did it, but it could be a hell of a story. Very athletic. Mm-hmm. She has been an athlete, being with, mixed martial arts. Man, that's hard for me to say. MMA. But to me, no way would I just don't see her as the number 1 pick. I think she'll just get lost. She'll just be one of the girls on the main roster. And I don't see the dancing thing, no mic work. The only thing that I think she's a great athlete, but I haven't seen her have a great match. I agree with you.
The Roxanne match was good. the
It
title
was
match.
good. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
But I
it
mean,
wasn't.
she's a rookie, so I mean, give her a break. Like Kalani Jordan, they're rookies.
I just don't
Give them
see
some
it
time.
happening. Just don't. I think she'll get lost to the shuffle, but who knows? She's got a few things going for her. Like I said, I think, and you got a guy like Damian Priest who really got over the idea that really he part of his gimmick is where he's from.
Mhm.
And that could be part of her gimmick too. I could see her appealing to a certain demographic, but I just didn't see that. Didn't see your picks as especially your top three. I did not see them as
You
stars.
know, we both mentioned Damian Priest. They've been trying forever to create the new Latin superstar. They've been trying to create the new Rey Mysterio. And obviously neither one of these people, Lola Vice or Damian Priest, are a Rey Mysterio. But they've been trying forever. They failed with Alberto Del Rio and they failed with other people. And they're really, they're trying with Damian Priest where he breaks into Spanish every 5 sentences. It's something in Spanish because they want to keep trying to get him over as the babyface, Latino superstar. So I think that's part of the reason why they're behind her as well, is that they like you mentioned, they see something in her as she could be that breakout star as far as the Latin market.
Yeah, she's got a lot of work, but yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
said, I think she's good looking. I think she is an athlete, which will be a plus most of the time for everybody.
Yeah.
That's the plus for Jordan too, being gymnastics. And we had what's her name, Tiffany, on the list a long time ago. 3 years ago, I think she was on the list. But she was just came out of the gate looking good, and I think it would be it's a plus to be an athlete. It always was for me when I pick people. But that was our breakout stars, guys. There was a pre-show, and y'all got to hear some of our picks. I actually did a pre-show by myself. And then Lance and I are going to Patreon. Lance is going to talk about last year's picks and give us a batting average of how good we've done.
Yep.
So be with us at Patreon. We're leaving the main feed right now. Same bat time, same bat channel on the best little wrestling podcast in the business. Be there. And as everyone knows, I love my mama.
MAMA. And as everyone knows, I have fun everywhere I go.
Why do you have to do that? God.